Hey everybody, JD Simo coming at you. Coming at you from the road. Hanging out on a nice night off. We're up here north of Albuquerque. It's really beautiful. Figured I'd catch up with you a little bit and talk about some stuff that's been on my mind and share a cigar with you. And I really appreciate some sweet souls have brought me some wonderful cigars, and that means a lot to me. It's my only vice, that and good coffee. I've been doing good on this run. I've been getting to the gym, and I'm just doing good, man. The shows have been really, really fun. Tulsa in particular was really special because my buddy Jesse Aycock came and played with us, and Jesse and I have known each other for many years, and he's a truly magical musician. He's a wonderful guitar player, but his lap steel playing is, I've never heard anybody do what he can do, and he is a soulful, funky, beautiful cat. I just love him. And so we had a wonderful time. And Sunday night we had an amazing gig in Houston. Just incredible. It wasn't for a really big crowd or anything, but it was the show that will likely be the show of the tour. It's just when where you can do no wrong, just the whatever the magic element of performance or music was so prominent. Everything just flowed, and it's just a magical night. And I've spent the last day or so ruminating on this and wanting to share something with you guys. I actually been going back and forth with Luther about the stuff we're about to do together, and I was talking to Luther about it, and he was like, man, you should talk about some of that on Greasy Time. And so to me, it's the older I get and the more experiences that I find myself in musically, those truly magic performances, sessions, those moments, you always go out with the same intent, okay? Like the same. Of course, everyone wants to go out and do their best and do something that's beautiful. But you could have an amazing cast of musicians, and just because they're all amazing doesn't guarantee that it's going to be great. I mean, it's more than likely, if everybody's professional, it's going to be really good. But that sort of extra element, that special thing that cannot be fully understood or and cannot in the slightest be controlled. It just, when it happens, it just, me personally, like, it just makes me feel like a child. It makes me feel like a 12-year-old child again. Like it just makes everything just whimsical and light and free of, I mean, truly free of any connection to stress or anxiety or anything that is negative. It's an incredible feeling. And there is something, I think, to chemistry, true chemistry. That's another thing Luther and I have been talking about. is going back to what I just said about, like, you can get a group of really talented musicians together, and like it can be good, it can be damn good, you know. But when you get a group of musicians together that the chemistry is just perfect, that's a whole nother thing. Like, and I've only experienced it in my life a handful of times. Part of the gift that I literally thank my lucky stars on a momentary basis is that I get to make music with Adam Abershoff as much as I do, because there is a complete, my chemistry with him is, and his with mine, I mean, there's just, that is something that I can't do certain things that I do with him with other world-class famous hero drummers of mine. Like, there is a thing that I can tap into when I'm playing with Adam that is truly special, and I'm grateful for that. So anyway, moving along, this, I could talk about this kind of stuff for a really long time, so I'm going to try and keep it like somewhat condensed. But the living through gratitude element has really helped me in my life, helped transform my life. Because, to be honest with you, there were years where I was doing fun stuff and things were really amazing in lots of different ways, and I truly, really wasn't enjoying it because I was in a different place in my journey as a man, as a person. And now, and for a bit here, I've been able to really take the best that I ever have in my life, been able to take things sort of one step at a time and truly be able to enjoy them for what they are. And I am so grateful not only to get to play music and that, you know, and make a living and make money for my family, for my daughter, for my wife, for my friends, but also to be included in being asked to work on stuff that then I can bring friends in to work with me. And at the top of the list is any time that I get paid to play something that is like up to my choosing, like when I'm out doing these shows with the fellas and stuff like that, where I am in service to the audience that's coming to give them something hopefully of value and of merit and enjoyment. But how I accomplish that is up to me. I can do it any way I want. And that is amazing to me. I mean, I am truly amazed every time. And I live truly in gratitude for the opportunity to do that. I really mean it. And I thank you. And every day I meet sweet people who watch these videos or have watched other things online or have listened to my music, and you're all so darn nice and sweet. Thank you. I just want to say thank you, really, and I mean it. It's I mean it wholeheartedly. So, but circling back around to sort of encapsulate this conversation somewhat. I know more now than I ever have that it's like I my due diligence is to, number one, try and be a good human. Number two, when it comes to my craft, that I work hard to try and inform that and to try and continue to grow, which is difficult. It's really easy, especially when you get to a certain point, to kind of coast. I am afflicted with a certain type of personality that I need constant stimulation one way or the other. And so I'm always looking for something that is going to fire off something in my subconscious, or fire the muse, as it were, for me to get into something that I think is cool. But the part of it that is so out of my control, I am blissfully thankful and grateful that it appears and blesses you with it, and then it's gone. And it might be documented in some case, it might not. And like I'm saying, it might be a really great performance, it might be a really great session, it might be getting the inspiration to write something really quickly where it just comes to you, but the unseen part of the equation, I am so grateful it exists, and I'm in service to it, because anytime it chooses to bless me with its presence, it is an amazing feeling, and it's a feeling that is just pure bliss. And I know that there's a lot of you out there that know exactly what I'm talking about. And it ain't me. I'm allowing it to happen through me. But the second, it's my buddy Donovan is a very famous, Donovan Frankenberg, a very famous professional surfer. It is the greatest analogy to all of this with music is surfing, because when you catch the wave and you just let it take you, you can do no wrong. It's exactly the same, but it's, instead of water, it's your soul. It's soul surfing. All right. So anyway, I'm really enjoying myself, having a great time. There are so many projects on deck that I'm excited about. As a producer, as a collaborator, as a bandmate, and as an artist too. I'm in a really beautiful spot, and I'm really grateful. So I just want to put that out there, and I want to thank you and anyone that has given me a kind listen, or a kind like, or a thumbs up, or any of that. I really appreciate it, and I hope I can pay it forward. So be safe out there. We're going to be playing in Albuquerque tomorrow night. What is tomorrow night? It's late, but tomorrow night, which will be Wednesday. So if you people are seeing this on Wednesday night, we'll be in Albuquerque at the Cell Theater, I believe. And then Thursday, we're going to be back in my old hometown of Phoenix, playing the old Rhythm Room, which is a very historic place now. So many legends have graced that stage that are no longer with us. And when my family relocated from Chicago to Phoenix when I was a teenager, I was privy to some pretty incredible music as a result of Bob Cortor in that club, and I'm very grateful. And it's wonderful to go back there and visit old friends and feel the vibe in that room. It's the same as it was when I was a teenager in 1999. So that'll be fun. And then we're going to head up to Denver which is always a rager. We're going to play the Lost Lake, and I have a really good friend, my buddy Tyson Rogers. He spent many years playing with Tony Joe White and several other really awesome situations. He's since left Nashville several years ago to relocate to Colorado, and we miss him. He is one of the most brilliant keyboardists that I've ever known or met in my entire life, and so he'll be joining us for the Denver show. And then we're gonna close it up in Lincoln, Nebraska, and looking forward to finally playing there. I've heard of the Zoo Bar for many years, and I'm grateful that they're having us in. And then of course there's a bunch of shows next month. Minneapolis and Burlington, Iowa, Chicago and Kent, Ohio. Also, Luther and I, we haven't officially announced it yet, but I'll say it here. On Saturday, November 4th, Luther and myself and Adam Abershoff and Ron Oaf are going to play at the Eastside Bowl. I believe tickets are going to be $10, but as I've mentioned, we're putting together a project together, and Luther took it upon himself to call our buddy Chark and see if there was anything available for us to get in and just play some as we're sort of working out what we're doing. We're going to be recording the days before that, so it's going to be really fun. So if you're going to be in and around Nashville, that's going to be a great show. Also, at the end of the month, we're doing the Lightning 100 taping at 3rd and Lindsley the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and that's going to be technically a J.D. Simo and Friends show, which is going to include several of my highly talented peeps. It's going to be really, really something special. So that's something not to miss either. So anyway, sorry that there's no playing on this one. Maybe I'll knock out one tomorrow at Soundcheck or something where we can talk more about music. I just really wanted to talk about this stuff that means a lot to me, and it's stuff that I'm thinking about, and it might be something that you might be thinking about too. You never know. So anyway, much love and peace. Keep it greasy, and I'm gonna relight my cigar.